All right, the second of our two laws is the law of multiple proportions. And what this states is that you can have compounds that use the same elements. All right, they can combine the same elements, but they are going to be combined in different ratios, or they're going to have different relative masses. All right, so when you combine these two things, they will have a different amount of mass. Then the ratio of the elements are going to be put together differently. And most important, they're going to have different physical and chemical characteristics. One great example of this is going to be with hydrogen or with hydrogen and oxygen. You can have H2O. Okay, so H2O, as we all know, whoa, that's really good. H2O is water. Okay, you can also combine these two elements, H and O, in a different ratio. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. This time it's going to be H2O2. Okay, and that gives us a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, these two things use the same elements, but they are very, very different. One of them is the most important compound for life. The other would make you very, very sick and is actually poisonous inside our cells. If you recall back to biology, we did a lab about catalase, which actually is responsible for breaking this down so that our cells don't die. All right. So there's your two examples. Okay. You can also see that you can do some analysis of two different copper compounds. All right. So if you look here, we've got two different copper compounds. They're going to contain copper and chlorine. So you can have, they have two different relative masses. All right. And you can end up seeing that when you look at the ratios of copper and chlorine, okay, in this one, you have a greater amount of copper to your chlorine. In here, you have a greater amount of chlorine to copper. Okay, so those little adjustments, gives, even though they're using the same exact elements, all right, you have them in different ratios. They have different chemical and physical properties. All right, so that is the law of multiple proportions. It's saying that you can take elements and put them together in many different ratios and create many different compounds.